Hi there, I'm Francesca Bandino and I'm a painter based out of New Jersey. Due to the COVID-19 crisis, many shows are rightfully being canceled, so I've decided to bring my outdoor show to you. This is my tent and I've set it up the way I would have one of my shows. Since spring is here, I'm going to be showing you select paintings from my flowers collection and my clouds collection. All right, come inside. So this first painting I'm going to show you is called As Dreams Merge, and this is not from the Flower series or the Cloud series. But someone recently told me that it looks like the human version of a flower, and I really loved this description. Surprisingly though, the inspiration for this actually came to me when I was doing an outdoor art show in Washington Square Park in New York City. Sometimes I see flashes of images or colors that I need to paint. So while at the show, an image flashed in my mind of a flowing dress walking away from me. Since I used to work in the fashion industry in New York, painting this was really a merging of two important parts of my life. Here I have Delicate Beauty, and it is one of my favorites. Many of my flower paintings were named based on their definition in the Victorian Flower Dictionary. And basically, in the Victorian era, flowers were used to send secret messages to one another. According to that dictionary, the hibiscus flower meant delicate beauty. For me, this idea really comes through in this painting with the delicate nature of the pink shadows. But what I also love is that there is a strength in this flower as well. It shows that both of these qualities can exist together. So this one is called New Life Emerges. A month ago, I asked my followers to guess what kind of flower this is. A few people guessed dogwood, and actually it is a close-up of hydrangeas. I didn't have the courage to tell them what it was. I was just happy they participated. So I took a picture of them when they were just starting to bloom, and there were only a few flowers on the bush. When there are more flowers on the bush, the details get a bit lost, so I loved zooming into just 3 of them and focusing on their beauty alone. Skipping over to this large 40 by 40 painting, this one is called Sun in the Storm. I painted this one when I found myself in a place where I wasn't feeling very inspired. I went out for a walk and I looked up. Here were these clouds that looked like they were so close I could almost touch them. I was intrigued by the rays of pink, orange, and yellow that reflected off of these clouds from the sun. Of course, it was just before the storm hit, so these clouds were at their fullest. Here at the bottom we have Celestial Wonder. It is also one of my newer paintings. I recently started to work with metallic paints. And if you look at the details of the orange sky, you will see gold and bronze. I think it really adds to its beauty and uniqueness. You may be asking why I made the sky orange. I make many of my backgrounds unlike what you would typically find in nature, and I thought this orange made it very mystical. Here in this corner, I have Premonition, and it's based on a picture I took while on one of my long distance drives. No, the color of the original sky was not green, but this does happen. It's very rare, and it usually means either that something unnatural has happened or that something is coming. It's the first time I work on a canvas of this exact size, and I really enjoyed it because it forced me to crop what I was seeing in a way that was completely unnatural. So here at the bottom, we have colorful hydrangeas. And a few years ago, I started painting the flowers in the garden, and most of them in the first collection were hydrangeas. I like to paint outside when the weather allows in New Jersey. This means that mostly I can paint outside in the spring when it's not raining, and in late summer, early fall when it's no longer too hot. I painted this one in early fall when the flowers were just starting to die. So the colors were starting to change, but the leaves, if you look at them, they're still so flush. Here behind me, I have Intelligent Beauty. In the Victorian era, red roses were considered a symbol of love. But since I've already played around with this meaning in the titles of other paintings, I chose to be more personal with this one. These roses were given to me by someone who always reminded me of my intelligence and beauty, and who appreciated both qualities equally. The last painting I'm going to talk about is this one here at the bottom, called Small Yet Fierce. This one is a painting of a daylily, and this flower ended up being a metaphor for myself. One of my sisters gave me a bracelet a while back with an inscription on it that read, "Though she be but little, she is fierce." This stuck with me. We tend to see it as fragile, but actually I think there's so much power that comes out of this flower when it opens. I find it to be magical. It's graceful and strong all at the same time. So that's it for today. If you have any questions about any of the paintings shown here, even the ones I didn't talk about, feel free to email me, leave me a DM, leave a comment here below if you're on my website. Of course, all of the paintings here are available for purchase on my online store. If you do not live in the US and you would like to make a purchase, there will be a link there for you to my Saatchi art page, and you'll be able to find out if the painting can be shipped to your country. So in the meantime, stay home, stay safe. See you next time.